We are working on the required parts 5 and 6 of the fourth problem in your homework for week 7. So this problem is the same thing as problem number 14-23 in your book on page 676. And now we're down to the last two requirements from that problem. And in Connect, this is the week 7 homework. There's 4 problems. 3 are from chapter 13, and this one we're working on now has 6 parts, but it's from chapter 14. Okay, so I need to share my screen, and we will look at that together. Okay, so this is like what yours should be, just numbers. And this part 5 says calculate the simple rate of return. Okay, so simple rate of return, we need to calculate the operating income. And so that means what we've been doing till now, right, for the cash flow, when we calculated the 60,000 for product A and 130,000 for product B, we left out depreciation expense. But in real life, on an income statement, of course, you would have to subtract out depreciation expense. So our first step, right, so before we can calculate the simple rate of return, which uses net operating income, right, we need to calculate that, which is just taking our 60,000 and subtracting 34, and taking our 130,000 and subtracting 76,000. All right, so our net cash inflow, so not present value of the cash inflow, but net cash inflow for product A is still 60,000. And for product B, it's still 130,000. And of course, now we're going to subtract out depreciation expense. So for product A, it's 34,000. And for product B, it's 76,000. And of course, we're doing this because we want net operating income, right? And net operating income does have depreciation taken out of it. So that's what we're going for. So 60 minus 34 is 26. And 130 minus 76 is 54. Okay, there you go. So now we've got that number we needed, the annual incremental net operating income. So that operating income, so we're going to start with that. And remember, this is called the simple rate of return. So as you can see, we're not doing anything with net present values. And so that's 54,000. And then you just divide it by the initial investment. So that initial investment was on product A, it's still 170,000, and on product B, it's still 380,000. And so 26,000 divided by 170,000 is 15.3%, and or 0.153, but at 15.3%, and 54,000 divided by 380,000 ends up being 14.2%. And that's the answer here. So for part 5, product A is 15.3, and product B was 14.2. So once again, interestingly, based on simple rate of return with no present values taken, product A has 15.3 and product B 14.2. Of course, that's after depreciation. None of these others consider depreciation. So why do we do that? Well, when people compare numbers, they're comparing numbers based off the income statement. The income statement does take out depreciation expense. So if you want to see what your return will look at in terms of bottom line net income, well, not really quite bottom line, but operating income, you could do a simple rate of return. Now, the next part is, which one of these are we going to do, right? So for each measure, tell whether product A or product B is preferred. So we've done several here. So back, net present value, I think, was 2. Yeah. Okay, so net present value, B is a clear winner. All right, so B. Do I just select that? Yeah, product B. Okay. And profitability index, I believe that was 4. Yes, profitability index. So the clear winner here is product A. Well, it's not clear. I mean, it's a little bit of a winner. Okay, and payback period, as I recall, pretty sure was product A. Yeah. All right, so product A, internal rate of return, is that here? Yes. Is A again. So A is winning on many fronts. All right, and simple rate of return, we just did that, and it was A again. So interestingly, A is kind of looking like a winner. B, though, net present value is not to be denied. Of course, remember, you're basing that net present value on a discount rate of 16, which, may or may not be actually your best rate. I'd have to understand where we came up with that discount rate. So finally, the question here, based on the simple rate of return, which of the two products should lose division accept? So simple rate of return says product A, right? And when we did that, yeah, it's higher. But don't let this trip you up. Come here. Look up here. Lou is the division manager. He gets to manufacture and sell one of 2 new products. His annual pay raises are determined by the division's ROI, which has exceeded 18% of the last 3 years. So you see that? He's trying to get to 18%, which if he's rate based on internal rate of return, I guess he would pick A. However, we cannot discount the fact that this is asking us for simple rate of return. And Lou would not want his rate of return to go down. He would not get his bonus or raise or whatever. So he would reject both of them. And see, that's why I think we've talked about this in past chapters about people will do what you pay them to do. So if you're paying him to reach 18% or not, he's about to turn down profitable business. So be careful how you base your compensation. All right. That's it for chapter 14. Okay, great. Congratulations. Go yourself and work that in Connect. Good luck with that.